everybody. How you doing this morning?
David-Dorian, everybody.
Excellent. It's great to see you. Okay, hold on one second while I just turn all the mics off for a second and go that away. Beautiful. Good morning. It is a wonderful morning, and I want to welcome everybody. And I want to look around and see if I have any new people or people returning because I want to say thank you for coming this morning. It's really nice to see everybody. And what an amazing morning it is. I'm out here on the East Coast, so of course the sun's coming up a little bit earlier than normally would when I do the class this morning. So I'm looking outside. It's a beautiful day. You know, I was talking all night last night about all the cherry blossoms on the tree. So it's just a gorgeous morning. And I am in the most gorgeous spot you can imagine. Check this out. Isn't this awesome? This is really awesome. We're going to talk about that in just a second. But I want to say good morning, everybody. This is the Morning Flow Show, aka your AM Daily Dose of Chi. And I am your host, David-Dorian Ross, the badass of Tai Chi. Thank you, Deanna Dimmitt, for that moniker there. I have to think that is the most badass title that I've had so far. So I'm going to try to wear that for the rest of the day. We are in this beautiful studio. So I am broadcasting for the next couple of weeks from our nation's capital. And I am in the studios of the Great Courses, where I'm doing a 24-volume set, a brand new DVD series called The Essentials of Tai Chi and Qigong. It's supposed to come out this fall sometime. But look at what they've done. This is so gorgeous. Of course, they told me not to lean on it too hard. Oh, I got to be careful with it. And they have done so much for me. They set me up in this beautiful studio. They actually set me up with new audio equipment and microphone and the whole thing to mix it. And so I got here early this morning to get all set up, and it's not working. It's like there's an audio gremlin who is following me from coast to coast. I don't know what to do about it. So but maybe by tomorrow we'll get that fixed out. We have the best of intentions. So I'm going to be broadcasting from here every morning, and we'll make it even more beautiful. Anyway, so I'm going to get up in just a second here and slip back there, and got some groovy music to play and some good moves to lay on you, and all this space to move around in. But first, I have a question for you. An old riddle. What's worse than finding a worm in your apple? Finding half a worm in your apple. And what's worse than finding a half a worm in your apple? Finding a troll on your Facebook page. Some of you may know what that's like. So yesterday, I found a troll on my Facebook page, and I want to tell you what I thought about that and what we did. But first, let's get up and do some Chi Boogie, shall we? Go ahead and get set up. I'm going to join you in just a second after I get the music all turned on. And I'm going to try to talk really loud so you can hear me from across the room because I don't have audio. All right. Okay. How you guys doing? Can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up if we can hear. Excellent. Well, just soar out into space, would you please? Just let your arms float out into the sky. Lift your hearts up to the heavens, and then just float on down all the way. Nice and easy. Oh, that's beautiful. Keep on going. I'll be right back. Just want to turn that down for just a second. All right. Floating back up. Inhale. And exhale all the way down. Ah, very nice. And breathing in to sink the chi. Hands float into the heart and just drift all the way down. Nice and easy. Beautiful. One more time. Breathe in. Float into the heart. And breathe out all the way. Very nice. Let's take this foot out to the side and open the door. Floating back up, and then just melting down into the earth all the way down. Beautiful. See, winter's over. I'm going to have to talk about something else besides melting. How about April showers and you're just drip, drip, drip on down? You know what happens when it rains on the rooftops and the rain drips down the eaves and just kind of drip, drip, drip into the ground outside? Beautiful. Float back up, hug the big tree, inhale and open. Fingertips come floating back together and pull into the heart. Let's step wide this time and push. Just push out and pull back in. Very nice. And push. And pull. Looking good, you guys. And push. And then sit on back and let's drag these hands across the sky. Drag them all the way over. Beautiful. Sit on back. Step in. And the lights came on. And push. And pull. And push. You know what happened, Eric? There's no battery in the battery pack. Breathe in. And breathe out. Beautiful. Sit on back. Let's drag it back to the center. Step in and hug the big tree. Inhale and open. The fingertips come floating back together. Hands flatten. Float all the way down. And let's go back to the beginning, sinking the chi. The hands float out to the outside. Drift into the heart. And ease down all the way in front of the body. And then open the door. Hands float up in front and just drip, drip, drip. April showers draining off of the rooftops, off the eaves, floating back up, hug the big tree, inhale and open. Let's get this hand on top and step in with you, would you please? Stepping out, toss the frisbee. Just toss it out there. And then roll it on back. You know what to do. Parting the wild horse's mane. It floats out. Then breathe in. And then breathe out. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Very nice. Now stay with me. Sit on back. And once again, drag it across the sky, all the way over, all the way to the other side of the earth, and back over here. And this hand on top as you step in. Stepping out. Again, toss the frisbee. Parting the horse's mane. Breathe in as you roll it on back. And breathe out. And one more time, breathe in. Very nice, breathe out. Good. And sit on back. And drag it across the sky. And take it back over here, and this hand on top. Step out and toss the frisbee 2 times. There's 1. Bring it on back. And there's 2. Very nice. Sit on back. Drag it across the sky. Back over here. This hand on top. And step out one more time. 2 times. Parting the horse's mane. Bring it out. Bring it back in. And last time. Very nice. So sit on back right here. Drag it right to the middle. Step in and hug the big tree. Inhale and open. Fingertips come floating back together. Hands flatten. And float all the way down. Very nice. And back to the beginning. Sinking the chi. Hands float up. Drift into the heart. All the way down. Very nice. Opening the door. Hands drift up in front. And just drip, drip, drip off of the rooftop. Raindrops falling down. Floating back up. Hug the big tree. Inhale and open. Fingertips come floating back together. And then flip over. And then this hand's going to drop. And just reach on out. Bring it back into the center and push. And then drop again. Reaching all the way out. Floating back on in. And push. Very nice. Drop this one again. Just toss it away. And then this guy comes with it and step in. Now just drip down. Drip, drip, drip. And float back up. And one more time, just dripping on down. Float back up. You know what to do. Let's have this hand pushing down. Push. And float back up. Clearing out that space. Good. Then bring this one in. Just gathering in some chi. Just tucking it right in behind your ear. One more time. Bring it all the way in. Open out. Everything working together. the synergy of the whole body. You got it. One more time. Bring it on down. Excellent. And here we go. Take it down and hold. Take a big wide step and push. Beautiful. After the push, sit on back and drag it across the sky. Drag, 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 drag. All the way over. Let's take it back over here and everything goes to this side. Good. And just melt on down. Dripping off of the eaves. Drip, drip, drip. One more time. Let's add this hand in, pushing down. Clear out that space. Get all the cobwebs out. It's springtime, spring cleaning. This hand folds in and open. One more time. Come on in here. Good. And both hands working together. Bring it up. And take it down and hold it right here. Let's take a big wide step and push. Nice. And sit on back and drag it across the sky. Nice work. Everything goes back over here, over to this side, all together 2 times. Once, and open, and down, and hold it right here. Let's take a step. Push it out. Sit on back. Drag across the sky. Take it back over here. Everything goes to this side 2 times, all the way melting down. Floating back up, drifting down. Right here, take a step and push. Very nice. And drag it on back to the center. Step in and hug the big tree. Inhale and open. The fingertips come floating back together. Hands flatten and float all the way down. Very nice. Back to the beginning we go, sinking the chi. All the way down. Beautiful. Hands float out to the outside. I just have to give a little acknowledgement to Rick, who's about to go teach a 3rd grade class, octopus arms. All right. Bring the fingertips back into the center. Hands pull into the heart. Let's step wide in the corner and push 2 times. There's a push. And bring it back on in. And push. Beautiful. Sit on back, drag him across the sky. Drag, 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 drag all the way over. Bring it back over here. Step in, hands to the heart. Step out and push 2 times. There's 1. And bring it back. And 2. Beautiful. Sit on back and drag all the way across the sky. All the way to the other side of the world. Bring it back on in and circle this hand around on top of the ball. Step out and toss the frisbee. And 1 more time. So let's just roll it on back. And toss it out. Beautiful. Sit on back. Drag across all the way back over here. This hand on top of the ball. Step out 2 times. Tossing the frisbee out into space. There's once. And twice. Beautiful. Sit on back. Drag it all the way across the sky. Let's take it back over here. And both hands come over to this side. Very nice. Drip, drip, drip all the way down. All together. 1 more time, please. All the way down. Hold it right here. Take a step and push. And sit on back. And drag across the sky. Back over to this side. Everything goes over here. And 2 times. Dripping off the roof. Floating back up and down, and take a step right here and push. Nice. Sit on back, drag it right back to the center and step in and hug the big tree. Inhale and open. The fingertips come floating back together, hands flatten, float all the way down. Nice. And back to the beginning, sinking the chi. Hands drift up, float into the heart, ease all the way down. Opening the door, breathe in. Breathe out. Nice. Floating back up, hug the big tree, inhale and open. Let's get this hand on top of the big round ball. And stay with me. Yes, not just your eyes, it really is me leaning. And then paint a new color on the wall. And take it back over making your hands like clouds, right? And change the shape of your cloud, drifting over to the sky on the side. This hand makes a hook, and this one floats up and across and open, open, open. Remember the best part? Right at the end there. Release the hook, come on down, and just let it roll into a new cloud shape 2 times across the sky. There's 1, and change. And all the way over there's 2. This hand makes a hook. This one floats up and open, 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 open. And let's loop that a couple of times. Just loop back and open. Beautiful. And breathe in. And breathe out. Very nice. Release the hook and come on down. And 2 times across the sky. There's 1. Circle all the way. Very nice. And 2. Drift all the way over. Step in as you hook. Step out. Single whip and open the heart. Beautiful. Let's loop that on back. There's 1. And open. And 1 more. Breathe in. And breathe out. Very nice. You release the hook and come on down. And hug the big tree. And bring it back to center. And heel toe the feet together a couple of times. Inhale and open. Fingertips come floating back together. Hands flatten and float down. And one last time, sinking the chi. The hands float up to the outside. Fold in and ease on down. And this foot returns. And on a Wednesday morning, a little bow. That's all I want. Nice work. Nice work. Come on back in, would you? That was cool. Look how many people showed up this morning. Well, so you can see the lights came on. It wasn't God. It was actually some of the tech guys from the great courses came in just as we were right in the middle. So I let him know that we had no battery. He's going to fix it for us for tomorrow. Well, I wanted to tell you a brief story, have just a brief thought about trolls, or about at least the troll that came to our Facebook page yesterday. So we were hanging out here yesterday and just having a lot of fun. We were doing some rehearsal stuff, getting the lights all set and getting used to the set. And one of the guys in the crew was taking pictures, and they were just really awesome. We were just messing around, and so we sent the pictures off, and Deanna put them up on the Facebook page. I think some of you have seen them. I thought they were really kind of cool. So I'm in such a wonderful mood, and I get back to the hotel after the long day, and I fire up the computer, and I go see what's it. And there, on our Facebook page, underneath the picture, is some not so complimentary comments. As you can imagine, I'm being very PC right now about what you get from trolls. You know, and so what's the first reaction you have? It's like, that's my face for a series of expletives on the, yeah. So, you know, and then I thought, you know, what do you want to say about this kind of person? You want to just assume that they're just a jerk, you know, and you want to write back to them, and you want to say, what business is it of yours, and why are you, you know? So for a long time, I'm resisting this because I'm following the advice that I give all of us every day, just to go with the flow, just let it happen. It doesn't really affect me, you know. Trust me, I've gotten plenty of troll type comments over the years. My shoulders are this wide for a reason, you know. It doesn't bother me that much. But I want to know why. I want to know, what kind of person is this? Is he like some lonely guy who sits in his mother's basement, has nothing else to do except make comments on somebody's Facebook page? So finally I give in to the urge and I go to his Facebook page. You know what I find? He is a lovely person. He's got all these pictures of himself with friends and family. He cooks. He is an advocate for vegetarianism, you know, and for all the right reasons, you know. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, this is a man who is not, you know, an angry necessarily person, because he obviously has people who know him and love him, right? There's something in there that's just as human as you or I. And I think, you know, so what is it that makes people just pop off and do something like that? You know, and it's the same reason for all of us. It's giving in to our fears. It's giving in to our egos. It's giving in to the stresses that, bubble up every day of life. And like many of the lessons we learn in Tai Chi, when you push back against other people's fears, your fears get worse, right? So what do we do about that? How do we just go with the flow in face of somebody who's like dishing you? So I thought, one of the principles that we were actually talking about this last weekend when I was in Asheville, that we learned from Tai Chi, that we learned from, the principles of synergy, is to be neutral, right? We get into this lovely posture. We grow into it as we do our Tai Chi Fit. The posture just sort of expands, and it brings us into neutral. And what do we get from being neutral? From being neutral, we remember that we don't know anything until the moment something actually happens, right? If you are predisposed to a response, you're just responding to something that hasn't actually happened yet, or something that you don't really know what's going on, right? The principle of being neutral says don't form an opinion yet. It actually doesn't say don't form an opinion. It says wait to form an opinion. It's like me. I look at my trolls' comments, and the first thing I want to do is form an opinion. What a jerk. What an idiot. But the principle says wait. Don't form an opinion yet. Right? I find out more. I find out I don't know this man. I don't have any reason to assume that he is not a nice person. He's just stressed out like the rest of us. And that drives us to getting into our fears and getting into our egos. And by the way, by the time that I had gone back to take a look at, he'd already taken his own comments off the page. So he thought better of it and realized that he was a better person than that. Anyway, that's my thoughts for the day. Thank you for listening. Thank you for letting me share those with you. Listen, I got just a couple of announcements I want to make and then let you go because it's Wednesday morning. Things are happening on Wednesdays. So first of all, because it's Wednesday, at 10 a.m. this morning, you know what happens. Deanna has her Kundalini Yoga class. If you're hanging out and you want to get some prana heating you up, go share some time with her. She's still doing it for free. I can't figure out what's wrong with her. Anyway, go take the class at 10 a.m. West Coast time. And because it's Wednesday, that means tonight at 5 p.m. West Coast time, 8 p.m. out here, I'm doing the PM Chi class, and then that'll be the last time for this week, and then we take a break till next week. Some of you who missed the first couple of days of morning class this week, I wanted to remind you, or just kind of make the announcement real quick, that next Wednesday is our 100th episode of Morning Flow Show. So make sure you mark your calendars and come on Wednesday and tell a couple of friends to come. We're going to try to do some fun things on that day. And last but not least, I just want to send a message out to all the people who are currently doing teaching and instructing. Really highly want to recommend that you sign up for the April 24th choreography workshop, masterclass. That's something that will just really enhance the way you put classes together. We're going to talk about choreography as writing a 4-act screenplay. So anyway, that's what it's going to be like. That's all the thoughts and announcements I have this morning. I want to let you go. I'll see you guys tonight. And as you go, remember, keep your hearts open. Even when there's trolls, you don't know. They might be beautiful people just having a stressed out day. Take time to play. And no matter what happens, just go with the flow. Love you guys. See you tonight.